I'm not gonna lie guys, my skin was not always like this. As you can see, it's very much glowing. I'm not wearing anything. Where do I start?
JB Moro going, get your bag.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my skincare. I did get a lot of requests for this video and I think it's only right we start from the very beginning. I will tell you what not to do. That's the major part. What not to do to ruin your skin barrier. The best products. Guys, let's get started with the video. First, remember my skin for having patches when I was, I think, 14, 15. I'm 20 now, so 5 years or 6 years ago, I just had patches as if they were eczema on my skin, and I was trying to cure that. To be honest, I don't really remember. I don't think I had a skincare back then. I don't even remember what I used to do, but I just had patches on my skin. Then when it was year 11, I started having forehead acne, little small bumps all over my skin, but it didn't really bother me that much because this part down, it was clear, so I didn't have much beef with it. I think I was trying to cure it, but again, it was never something that deeply bothered me. I do know to cure that you use baby shampoo, which the one I used, I'll insert a picture here. That's the one I used. I wasn't even necessarily bothered about it or concerned about it. I didn't use sunscreen. I done the DIY facials every now and then when I saw them popping up on YouTube, or yeah, that's what I had, YouTube. I didn't even have Instagram. What year was this? A-levels. 2020, 2021. That's when my skin went on pepperoni, but it wasn't the worst of the worst that I ever had. 2020, I had a bunch of acne on my skin, and that was due to stress from A-levels. There's no other explanation. A-levels and application for university, them two were stressing me out, guys. It was stressing me out, and you could tell from my skin. And I know it was not my diet, because everyone used to say, just drink water. Oh, just drink water. I was drinking 5 liters of water a day. 5 liters of water a day. And my skin was still crazy. So I knew it wasn't my diet. And also I don't eat crazy things like, I don't have really appetites or sweet tooth stuff, except crisps. That's one thing. Crisps will always get me. And the most unhealthy thing that I would literally eat is pizza once a month. So why was my skin acting up? Stress. That's the only explanation. They were stressing me out. They were really stressing me out, and you could tell. And you could tell, guys, I tried everything. But not everything, but I tried in my head what I thought was everything. I tried the worst thing I had done, dry out my face. Guys, I went to school with no cream. I just washed my face with water, no face cream, no face gel, no nothing. I left the house dry. I lived 10 minutes from my school. When I touched down in my school, my face, it was white. You know when you don't moisturize, it was white, and I had to moisturize with Vaseline. So at the end of the day, it was counterproductive because I was using my dirty hands to put Vaseline, lip Vaseline, in my face, so my face was not dry. Counterproductive. Do not dry out your skin, always moisturize it. From 2021, it was year 13, I had acne up until summertime. When it was summertime, my skin cleared, no more stress. My skin likes the sun, so it always clears up during the summertime. And when it's winter time, like right now, I'm starting to get a few spots because it's winter. But if I was in a hot country, I'd be fine. My skin will be glowing. My skin cleared up until 2022. So from summer 2021 to summer 2022, my skin was, to the beginning of not even the beginning of 2022. I would say December, November 2021. That period, June or maybe May/June to November, December 2021, my skin was good. You know, it was summertime, and yeah. Then is when everything happened, is when my skin went bam, 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 bam. It wants to be pepperoni pizza. That's what it wanted to be. So it became that. 2022, also my water intake decreased because I was no longer in school. So I started university, so there was no more period 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how I used to break up my water schedule to be able to drink 5 liters of water. After that, 2022 happened, university happened, and acne happened. My skin was full on breakout. It was really bad, even hurt. I was using benzoyl peroxide, which used to work for me, which is what I used for my previous skins. I was using baby shampoo for dandruff. None of it worked. It was just bad. And I was also doing my Aztec clay mask. It didn't work. So nothing over the counter worked. I had to call 111. Really exaggerated on that. My acne was really, really, really hurting, because I was like, I'm over this. And I saw a comment on TikTok saying that they called 111 and they gave them a solution. So that's what I done. Called 111, told them my acne is really hurting, I'm really in pain, blah blah blah. They got me an appointment fast. Because if you're from the UK, you know that it's hard to get doctor's appointments. So exaggerate, okay? You have to make sure you're exaggerating to the people. Say it's hurting, say it's really uncomfortable, all of that stuff. If you want to play the mental health game, also talk about mental health. That should get you an appointment with a doctor or even a dermatologist. I got a appointment with a doctor. They prescribed me limsicline, which is an antibiotic, for 3 months. So this was, I remember I finished in June, so May, April, March. I done this in March. I was taking limsicline every single day. It was an antibiotic. It was either that or they wanted to put me on like birth control, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna go on birth control because so I'm not going on no birth control. That's not happening. Word to my mother. That's not happening. So it didn't happen. I got antibiotics, and the doctor said that if it didn't clear out by June, which is in 3 months, I would see a dermatologist. But thankfully it cleared out. I was continuing with my skincare routine, everything that I was doing, benzoyl peroxide, limsicline, and everything else, which I will talk about maybe in part 2, when I will actually show my skincare for right now. So that's really how I cleared my acne. The big triggering main thing that completely cleared it out was limsicline. So I'd recommend everybody to call their doctors. If you don't need to, don't call 111. But if you are desperate like I was, call 111 and let them know what's going on, or even exaggerate. Get a doctor to see what's going on so they can prescribe you something, or they can suggest you the best thing for you, because everybody has different forms of acne. Mine, I do believe, were hormonal, but also to do with stress. I think I was under a lot of stress in 2021. But then when I was in university, there was not really any stress, and I was doing everything that everybody was saying. Changing my pillows. I was still drinking water, obviously not 5 liters, but I was still drinking water. And nothing was working for me until limsicline did. And since it was June, my skin was clear. It remained clear. Yeah, it remained clear until now. And I do get the occasional, like I was showing you guys, spots, either to do with period or when it's winter time. My skin hates winter, so I get spots. I like to say my skin hates the UK, not hates winter, but I've never really been to another cold country other than the Okay, so I wouldn't know. From this experience that lasted me, I'd say 3 years, this is what I recommend not doing. These were essentially my mistakes. Number one, drying out your face. Guys, I used to put benzoyl peroxide all over my face. I was even doing that in 2022 when I was doing Limsicline. Guys, I used to go to bed with dry face full of benzoyl peroxide, 10%. I will insert a picture here. And I just used to go to sleep with it. And luckily I was young. But if you are an older person and your collagen has stopped producing as much, that can be very disadvantageous for you, because your skin will crack and it will dry, and you don't want that. After getting rid of my acne, I had to heal my moisture barrier, which I started using sunscreen. I started using essentially what my skincare is now. Ordinary zinc, niacinamide and zinc, and I used to use ordinary hyaluronic acid, but they didn't have it available, so I got the Inky List. I use sunscreen from Lidl because, guys, I be using a lot of sunscreen. A lot. I don't think you understand. I use a lot of sunscreen, and nobody has time to be paying for this amount of sunscreen, £10, and then finishing it in 1 week. No, so I buy it from Lidl. It's £3, cheap, and it lasts me some time. I use this as my toner. I did used to use vitamin C as my toner. Vitamin C doesn't do anything for me, which is weird. Or maybe it did, or maybe I just didn't see any difference. I will be doing a video where I'm doing these steps, because I do have different skincares for different places. Like, for example, if I'm going to the gym, I don't do skincare. I just wake up, spray the toner, put sunscreen, and go to the gym. Then I come back and I redo my whole skincare, my actual proper one, because there's no point of doing your skincare and then sweating it all out and you go through the day with a sweaty face. Like, who wants that? I do have a skincare to go to sleep. I have skincare in the morning, like everybody. Yeah, so I'll be doing a video on those. So these are my do's, what you want to do to get rid of acne, and that I noticed made a significant impact on my skin journey. Number one, if you have acne, do get you benzoyl peroxide. Do not exaggerate with it. Do not do what I done and cover your whole face with it. That's crazy. That will completely ruin your skin barrier. You don't want to do that. And I was wondering why my skin was so red. Do use Aztec clay mask once per week, guys. That face mask is goated. It's very good. You can see videos of me. Wow, I'm looking crazy, but it's good. It's a good face mask, and I've done it. I do it still. I think it is my most consistent skincare. Another do is to make sure you're changing your pillowcases often. Guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you're sleeping with oily, dirty pillowcases, what's the point? Like, there's no point of you even doing skincare. There's no point of you doing skincare if your pillowcase is dirty. Okay, so make sure once a week you're changing your pillowcases. If you can do it more times, like 4 days. Make sure when you're coming back from outside, you don't lay up in your bed. I know this is an obvious one, but I know some people, and I asked them to their faces, like, you just get home and then you sleep. You sleep on your pillowcases. So when you wash your face, and when you wash your face at night and you do your whole skincare, it'll be for nothing, because you're laying up in the dirty pillowcase that you had a nap in. So guys, don't do that. Do not do that. Or maybe just do your skincare before you sleep. Even for me, you know, when it's still daytime, I don't feel like taking off my sunscreen because I might encounter some sunlight rays, and I don't want to, you know, be struck by UV rays. Even though you always get struck by UV rays, I want to be protected, okay? So even me, I have an impression and I don't take off my skincare, and sometimes I even reapply sunscreen. Just don't touch your skin on the pillow. Don't do that. Don't do that, please. This is one I've learned recently. Whilst you're washing your face, make sure you're washing it for 60 seconds. Sometimes I do ABC all the way down the whole song, and whilst I'm scrubbing and stuff, just to make sure the products and the ingredients actually get. The obvious do is wash your hands before doing your skincare. Don't let nobody touch your face. Don't let nobody touch your face. That's one. Because you don't know what nobody's hands has been. Number two, oh wait, no, not number two. Guys, I'm Portuguese. We tend to avoid that at all costs. Avoid it, guys. Sometimes family members will take it to heart, but personally, I don't want spots. I do not want spots. So every time, most of the time, I have like my hair out, guys, I make sure, I'd rather the oils from my hair touch my face than the other person touch my face, because with all due respect, like we call it complimentar, you know, like greeting, you know, it's like a respect thing, it's a nice thing. Yes, I love it, but my skin doesn't love it, so I can't. So I still do it, but I'd rather the hair oils touch my skin like that. I'd much rather wash out my hair oils on my cheeks than other people's faces. That's just me, of course, but hair oils and hair products also do have an implication on your skin, so be mindful of that as well. Choose what you think is best for you. I'm just saying it for us that are from that culture. The reason why I had forehead acne was because of my hair products coming down to my forehead. That is why I had all those tiny bumps, and I don't think that's why I had my cheek acne, because that was definitely stress. So these are the causes. If you're getting forehead bumps, check your hair products, check your hair is not touching your forehead too much, check you're not doing too much sleek hairstyles. I do liking those. And guys, another thing, when I wear wigs, I always have like one tiny spot which always hurts, and I think that's because of the lace. Be careful of that. Benzoyl peroxide do solve all of these random spots in a few days, like 2 maybe 3 days. So you can get rid of it with benzoyl peroxide. So always make sure to have benzoyl peroxide near you wherever you are in your nighttime routine. So that's it, you guys. That's all I have for you guys. I will be making a part 2 of my current skincare, of my current skin practices that I do weekly, bi-weekly, gym at night, in the morning. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you have acne, you are not alone. I have been through it. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have been through it. People try to hide it through perhaps makeup or filters, but we know how it feels like. I used to have a bunch of social anxiety because of my acne. I used to be scared to leave my room, and I know that acne played a part in it. But at the end, when it was starting to disappear, I started to embrace it anyways, and I just said, F it. Like, if this is how I am, this is how I am. I used to think everything used to be wrong with me because of the acne, but just know you're not alone, and just know that there's others like you, and that it's temporary. You can get it sorted. Follow the tips that I told you, and you will see you can have nice skin. Stay tuned again for my next video. Bye guys, thank you so much.